Hi, everybody. It's LibraryAnn again. I have to tell you, I'm loving these Rabbi Rocketpower books. And if you've never read any of them, I highly recommend them. There's this one about Shabbat. There's one about Hanukkah, Tu B'Shvat, and Passover. Amazing, right? So today I'm going to finish reading Rabbi Rocketpower in Who Hogged the Hallah, a Shabbat Shabang, written by Rabbi Susan Abramson and Aaron Dvorkin, illustrated by Ariel Diorio. Here we go. Chapter 9. The Shabbat bride better hide. As soon as the cantor heard all the commotion, he sang louder. He was used to distracting the congregation so they wouldn't get suspicious while the rabbi used her superpowers to save the day. He was about to explain that during the last verse of Lecha Dodi, they should turn and face the back of the room to greet the Shabbat bride, but when he looked out the back door and saw that whoever was out there was definitely not the Shabbat bride, he quickly changed his mind. There's the cantor. Mandy and Becky had gone back to the front hall in case more people showed up for services. They saw something moving outside and thought more people were coming in. So they walked to the front door to hand them prayer books. When they saw short, pudgy creatures with crazy hair running backwards down the street while being chased by what looked like the rabbi's cat, all they could do was look at each other with their mouths open. Before Aaron had a chance to worry, he heard his mother shout in the distance, "Here's your ship space. Ari say about the Atke, Tabash, Malash." Then he heard a loud whooshing sound and saw a rocket ship shoot up into the sky, tail first, from somewhere down the street. Rabbi Rocketpower zoomed to the temple, rearranged the letters on the front of the building with her mighty yad, and was back on the roof in a flash. Thanks to Pur, I don't think the Trefinators will be celebrating Tabash on Earth again anytime soon, she said. Call Dad and find out if he took care of the Oneg Shabbat so I can get back to the service. Aaron got on the phone. What? You gotta be kidding. That's awful, he yelled. You better not be talking to another salesperson, his mother warned. It was Dad, Aaron responded. When he aimed the dehumidifier, let's try that one again with me. Dehumidifier. Can you say that? Dehumidifier. Can you say that 3 times fast? Dehumidifier, dehumidifier, dehumidifier. That was pretty good. At the Oneg Shabbat food, he sneezed and pressed the reverse button by mistake. Why would he make a reverse button in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. Just tell me what happened already, Rabbi Rocketpower shouted. The whole congregation's waiting for me. Okay, said Aaron. When Dad pressed the wrong button, pigs began flying out of the dehumidifier and plopping right into the food. He's not sure how long it's going to take to fix it. This is what was happening. Oi, Rabbi Rocketpower moaned. What are we going to do? I don't know if my mighty yad can detrafinate food and purify the temple fast enough to get back to the service before anyone gets suspicious. Dad says our only hope is to use an ancient Wujus's potion he found online, Aaron continued. The ingredients are some cleaner called Ham Begone. A dash of catnip, peppermint breath mints, and a cat wagging its tail 3 times. A cat wagging its tail, Rabbi Rocketpower groaned, knowing how hard it was to get Pur to do anything. All right, I'll get Pur. Can I come with you, please? Aaron pleaded. Rabbi Rocketpower studied him for a second. I guess you're old enough to learn how to fly. Just don't let go of my hand. Chapter 10. Ham Begone. Oy vey, up and away. Rabbi Rocketpower and Aaron held hands as they flew off the roof and down the street. Aaron was too excited to be scared as he flew over houses, trees, and cars. It was the coolest feeling. He was lying flat on his stomach with his arms and legs stretched out, not moving a muscle. He felt like he was shooting ahead as fast as a rocket. The cold air was rushing past him, and it was dark out, but he felt warm and could see perfectly fine. He decided that this was definitely the most fun thing he had ever done, though he wasn't sure he'd want to do it without his mother by his side. By the time they found Purr, she was laying on her back under a tree with a toothpick in her mouth, her paws behind her head, and a bib around her neck. Her tummy bulged out so far, she looked like she was about to burst. Here's what Purr was looking like. "What do you want to do now, Power Rocket?" she said, burping loudly. "Can't you see I'm busy?" "We need you right this instant," Rabbi Rocketpower insisted. "According to Dad's calculations, we can't remove the ham from the Oneg Shabbat food unless a cat wags its tail 3 times. "I'll remove the ham all right," Purr said, patting her stomach. "I think I've got room for a little more. Just give me a minute while I digest." She burped again. "Purr, that's disgusting," Aaron winced. "You've got to come with us right now. I want everyone to be able to try Mom's challah." "Don't worry, Buster. You'll be the first to know when I'm ready." Purr stretched and closed her eyes. Rabbi Rocketpower picked her up anyway, and the 3 flew back to the temple kitchen. Dad was there, trying his best not to cough all over the food as he poured the potion on it. Aaron and his mom were just happy to see that there were no pigs anywhere. "Quick, Purr, wag your tail," Aaron shouted. All right, don't get all bent out of shape there, Nudnik." She wagged her tail 3 times and whined, "Abracadabra, tell someone who cares." There was a big puff of smoke as the food transformed into a giant cat head with 2 whoopie pie eyes and a challah tongue sticking out of its mouth. "For no one asked you to say anything," Dad shouted. "Just wag your tail 3 times." "Blah, blah, blah," complained Purr. "You humans are never satisfied. I think the food looks just fine." Everyone gave her a dirty look, so she made a face and this time wagged her tail without making a sound. Within seconds, everything was back to normal. And chapter 11. Challah's well, that ends well. Dad took Purr home, having to put up with her burping and kvetching all the way. Rabbi Rocketpower flew through the social hall, the kitchen, and the storage closet, purifying everything with her mighty yad. Then she spun back into her normal rabbi self and strolled back onto the bima as if nothing had happened. As Aaron sat in his usual seat in the front row of the sanctuary, he snuck a peek around the room. It looked like no one had noticed that they were gone. The cantor sighed with relief. He was so tired he could barely stand, as he had led the congregation in the singing of Lecha Dodi 18 times. Temple members didn't seem to mind. They were used to very long opening songs during their Shabbat services. After the service, Mandy and Becky came up to Aaron, each with a plate full of challah, chocolate chip cookies, and cake. "Hey, Aaron, how come your mother's challah seems a little mushy?" asked Mandy. "Yeah, and why do Grandma's chocolate chip cookies smell like catnip?" Becky grimaced. Aaron was so busy eating the challah, he nearly didn't... Sorry, let me try that one again. This is a hard sentence. Aaron was so busy eating the challah he nearly didn't have that all he could do was shrug. He and his mother looked at each other and smiled. It took a lot of work this week to finally have a Shabbat Shalom. And look in the back, there's a recipe for heavenly challah and for hilarious challahs. That is fantastic. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed my reading Rabbi Rocketpower and Who Hogged the Hallah, a Shabbat Shabang. And if you want some recipes, you could take a look in the back of the book. I hope you'll check out Rabbi Abramson's other Rabbi Rocketpower books, like I mentioned before. And as always, keep on reading. I'm LibraryAnn. See you again soon.